This episode, dragging my kayak out to the Mangroves for a day on the water in South Florida.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome back. We're going out doing some kayaking in the Mangroves down near the beach today in Westlake Park and Hollywood, Florida, South Florida, Broward County. And we're going to hope to avoid some of the resident crocodiles out here, but they don't usually bother people. You rarely actually even see them. There has been sightings out on the beach and stuff, but they usually avoid humans. And I'm going solo today, so I really want to avoid them. I didn't bring any weapons besides some stunningly bad dad jokes. But it's a hot day out here, and so therefore I hope we miss the bugs too. It's May 5th in South Florida right now, so it's pretty hot. Cinco de Mayo, so we're actually probably better off out here hanging out with the crocodiles than we are in some of the local pubs, as it's amateur hour today, Cinco de Mayo. So hopefully we get out here and have some fun, and I'll see you out there.
So come join me as I go diving, driving, and droning around South Florida and beyond. Yo, let's do this. Loaded my kayak up on my car. I'm not just putting the kayak on top of the car. There's actually these padded racks that wrap through your windows. I'm buzzing out. There's a bunch of construction on my street this morning. Look at that. Truck and a bus and a green light. Wouldn't you know it? We're headed over to Westlake Park, about 10 minutes from my house. It's a great place to launch a kayak, get out into the mangroves. There was nobody in the security building. It was a sign that said, off season, just go ahead, so no charge. Gotta love that. I pulled up to the launching dock. I threw the drone in the air so we could take a bird's eye view where we're headed out today. All in there's a bunch of trails, like water trails to kayak in. Those are all the mangroves. And a big lake, we're headed out for that lake. Down near those buildings there's an intercoastal, but we're gonna cross over that lake and get over there. It's pretty crazy. My drone was 100 feet in the air and there were bugs flying around, like moths or something, I don't know. There's bugs 100 feet in the air. It's crazy. Anyway, came back to unload. Had to get my kayak together. A little chair that fits in there, my paddle. And we're off. Cut out across the lake. Over up to the right there, you can see where there's kayak rentals during season, but it's the off season right now, so it's pretty closed. I stopped to have an argument with my GoPro. Here we're cutting down into the trails. I was kind of afraid I might hit a bunch of mosquitoes in this shade, but I didn't feel anything. There's different paths to take, the big lake. I was thinking about just running out to the lake, and I passed that little trail and thought twice about it and decided to go check out that trail. And I'm so glad I did. What a cool little hideaway back there. Nice little row. Beautiful shade. There's quite a current going right here. It grabbed my boat and started pulling me over to the mangroves, which turned out to be a blessing because I was able to catch some footage, a little picture of these little guys here. They're called mangrove tree crabs. I think they might be called black mangrove tree crabs. It's pretty cool. I'm cruising on down the river a little bit more. This was absolutely beautiful. Ended up hitting kind of a dead end, and also figured out that I forgot to bring extra batteries for my GoPro. So I had to go all the way back to the marina before I got back out on the main drag here that heads out to the river. And I was headed for the river, or I guess not the river, the lake, they call it. saw a little trail to the right, decided to try that out, see what was back there. I mean, that's what we're here for. Explore, have fun, have a nice calm day. Besides being beautiful, the mangroves also serve a purpose in nature. They're sometimes referred to as the nurseries of the sea. So you'll have a lot of the big fish out in the ocean start out here as little fish. This water here was pretty stagnant. It's a little bit more decision. You're just kind of wandering around. It's like a labyrinth of directions you can go and just cruise through the mangroves. Made a right turn at first, and so I decided to make a left turn. Just kind of went that way. I finally came out to the lake. Ironically enough, this is where you're more likely to run into bull sharks out here. They like the murky, brackish water. Got myself out in the middle, took a little 360. Just sitting there for a little bit. Get to see my ugly mug with my bad hat head. Soon found out I wasn't alone and I needed to get out of the way. Had these row teams coming through. It's pretty cool. The objective was to get across the lake and into the other mangroves that are between the lake and the intercoastal. I was trying to make it to the intercoastal, but I never did. There's obviously some sort of park. I was close to civilization because there was like this gazebo going on. Over on this side, it was a little bit more wide open back there. It was pleasant. And I started finding like areas and tributaries that I'd never been in before. I've only been back here a few times in the mangroves with my kayak. I figured I'd try some new stuff. Like, that's just beautiful. Look at this, stunning. Never know what's around each corner. I decided to listen to this sign and go see what was over there. And then there was another sign that said the opposite. A little awkward. I found a big opening and just started cruising that way. I knew the sun was to my left, so I was headed north. The sun decided to come out from behind the clouds for a little bit. And here I looked down and actually saw like little dorsal fin of a really small shark. Maybe a sand shark, might have been a small bull shark, maybe a couple feet long. I was starting to wonder if I was going in some sort of circles. But like I said, the sun was still to my left. So I figured eventually I gotta hit the lake again, as long as I can go left. And this big wide open spot that I thought was gonna lead me to the lake, and it didn't. So I made a right, and I thought for certain I'd find the lake over here. At one point I was a little stunned to look over on my right. I thought that was a little crocodile poking his head out, but it was mud. And at the time I didn't put it together that I was running into shallow water. I got stuck for a minute, but got myself back out and turned around and went back from where I came. And ultimately found myself back at the lake again. It was a little bit of a hard cross. At this point, the current was against me. I just kept it steady, and I knew that I was heading in the right direction. I'm cruising along. That was that first trail I made a right on. It was delightful. I knew I was headed for the marina, bringing it down that first bridge. Still no mosquitoes. I was glad about that. Maybe I was just moving too fast. But back at the marina, all this was about 2 or 3 hours actually, But a delightful day. I already can't wait to do it again. I've never done it alone, but well worth it. Time well invested. And good exercise too. Did a lot of lifting and everything. So I was able to avoid the gym. But anyway, got all loaded up. It's a lot of work loading it up. But I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like and subscribe. It's a big help if you hit like and subscribe. Booted out of there. A park ranger sat and watched me load up the whole time. I was wondering if I was doing something illegal. Anyway, I'm here every other Thursday. Hope you had a good time. Hope you come back. Like I said, hit like and subscribe. You have a good one.